Imagine your life as a constant dance of energies. Everything around you vibrates. The physical world, the emotions we feel, the thoughts we cultivate, and even our spirit. These vibrations create waves, affecting who we are and how we perceive the world. But here's the key question. Are you aware of what is vibrating within you? Is it in harmony or in conflict with your deeper self? Vibration is more than just a simple sensation. It is the state of being that emanates from every cell in our body, from our emotions, our thoughts, and our soul. If we observe the physical world, everything is in constant movement, in constant vibration. Cells vibrate, molecules move, and even our thoughts carry frequencies. But this vibration isn't just physical. On an emotional level, every emotion we feel, love, joy, fear, anger, has its own vibrational signature. Love, for instance, vibrates at a high, expansive frequency that makes us feel connected, while fear, dense and heavy, contracts our energy and separates us from the whole. When we move to the mental level, the beliefs we carry shape these vibrations. A pessimistic mind, filled with judgments and worries, naturally creates dense energy, while an open, curious mind, which explores the unknown with courage, vibrates at a higher level. Here we can refer to Descartes, the philosopher who introduced the dichotomy between body and mind. He separated the physical from the spiritual, but today we know these two realities are interconnected, two sides of the same coin. On the spiritual level, vibration reaches its most subtle expression. For many traditions like Taoism, the spirit is our true essence. In the Tao, harmony between yin and yang, the balance of opposing forces, keeps our energy in high vibration. When we are out of balance, these forces misalign, draining our energy and disconnecting us from our spirit. In some cultures like yoga, this concept is known as prana or chi. This vital energy flows through us, and when it's blocked or obstructed, we start feeling drained and disconnected. However, when this energy flows freely, our vibration rises, and we experience clarity, peace, and purpose. So, what is your vibration today? Do you feel your energy flowing in harmony with your spirit? Or do you feel resistance and blockages in some area of your life? Have you ever entered a room and immediately felt a weight in the air, as if something was wrong, even without a single word being said? Or perhaps you spent some time with someone, and after the interaction you felt emotionally drained? That's vibration in action. Just as we emit our own energetic frequency, so do the people around us and the environments we inhabit. Identifying low vibration individuals requires sensitivity and, above all, a deep connection with yourself. People who vibrate at a low frequency are often trapped in patterns of thought and behavior that drain the energy of those around them. They constantly complain, adopt a victim mindset, or cultivate thoughts of fear, anger, or resentment. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus reminds us that it's not events that disturb us, but rather our perception of them. This means that, while these individuals may be stuck in their own dramas, they can only affect us if we allow them to. However, recognizing these individuals isn't about judging or completely avoiding them. It's about being aware of the impact they have on your own vibration and protecting yourself lovingly and firmly. Seneca, another great Stoic, said, "Our soul molds itself to what surrounds us." If we spend too much time around those who carry negative energies, we start absorbing part of that vibration unless we remain vigilant and conscious. Now, think about the environments you frequent. Just like people, places also carry an energetic vibration. A disorganized, chaotic environment may reflect an equally confused and unbalanced mind. In environments like toxic workplaces or homes where the energy feels stagnant, you might feel inexplicably tired, weighed down by a heaviness that affects even your mental clarity. Here we can be inspired by feng shui, an ancient Chinese practice that teaches how the environment around us influences our well-being and vibration. According to feng shui, the arrangement of objects, cleanliness, and energy flow in a space can directly impact our own energy. When our environment is in harmony, it becomes a refuge for the soul, a place where our vibration can naturally rise. So, whether interacting with people or choosing the environments you frequent, ask yourself, is this space or person lifting or draining my energy? The answer to this question is a powerful guide for adjusting your choices and protecting what is most precious, your vibration. Protecting your energy is not just about avoiding negative external influences but also about strengthening your inner core. If you are like a deeply rooted tree in the earth, the storms of life may pass and you will remain firm. It's about finding practices that elevate your vibration and create a natural barrier against what might drain it. One of the most powerful practices for this is meditation. When you sit in silence and turn your attention inward, you are tuning into your own energetic frequency. Meditation is like adjusting the dial of a radio station until the static disappears and you can hear the melody of your soul clearly. Buddha reminds us, the mind is everything. What you think, you become. This means that simply directing your attention to higher thoughts can completely change your vibration. Meditation doesn't need to be complicated. It can be as simple as focusing on your breath for a few minutes or practicing mindfulness by paying attention to the present moment without judgment. This creates a kind of energetic shield because you become more aware of what's happening inside you and less susceptible to what's happening outside. Another strategy is protective visualization. Imagine, for instance, a golden light surrounding your entire body, creating an energy field that blocks any negative vibrations trying to enter. This is not just a metaphor. Our mind is powerful and energy follows the focus of our attention. When we visualize this protective light, we are actually creating an energetic barrier around us. Many spiritual traditions such as Hinduism and Buddhism talk about chakras, energy centers in our body that, when balanced, help maintain our elevated and protected vibration. And speaking of balance, it's worth recalling Stoicism, a practical philosophy that offers deep wisdom for dealing with the world without losing control of your own energy. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher emperor, said, "You have power over your mind, not external events. Realize this and you will find strength." This phrase is a reminder that, although the world around us is unpredictable, we control how we react to it. Our internal reactions are the key to maintaining a high vibration. Stoic acceptance, understanding that we cannot control what happens but we can control how we respond, shields us from being sucked into the negative energies around us. Another powerful tool taught by both spirituality and philosophy is faith and intuition. Your intuition is the internal compass that always points to the truth. In Taoism, there is a concept called Wu Wei, which means effortless action. This doesn't mean inaction, but rather acting according to the natural flow of things, trusting that life has its own rhythm. When you learn to follow your intuition instead of fighting against life's currents, you conserve energy, flow with ease, and avoid being dragged into lower frequencies. Something doesn't feel right to you, trust it. Your intuition, when finely tuned, is one of the greatest defenses against low vibration. Listen to that inner voice that says, "This isn't for me," and follow it without fear. The flow of life, when accepted with confidence, becomes a guide that protects your peace and elevates your energy. Now, with all these practices in mind, meditation, visualization, stoic acceptance, and following your intuition, you create an inner force field. And while you shield your energy, you also elevate your vibration, creating a positive impact not just on yourself but on everything around you. Detachment doesn't mean loss, it means gaining freedom. On the path of personal and spiritual growth, detachment is one of the deepest lessons we can learn. Many times we hold on tightly to what hurts us, people, situations, expectations, without realizing that this resistance drains our energy and prevents our vibration from reaching higher levels. Spiritual detachment, especially in Buddhism, is seen as one of the pillars for achieving inner peace. Buddha taught that suffering arises from attachment, whether to things, people, or even ideas. Imagine you're holding a rope too tightly. The more you pull, the more it hurts your hands. Relief comes the moment you decide to let go. That's detachment, letting go of the control we think we have over things and accepting the natural flow of life. It's a surrender that, far from being passive, is actually an act of great courage and trust. An ancient Buddhist parable illustrates this clearly. A man was struck by an arrow. Instead of quickly removing it and seeking healing, he insisted on understanding where the arrow came from, who shot it, and what material it was made of. He was so caught up in his questions and analyses that he lost focus on the most important thing: healing. Often, we too become attached to the details of suffering, reliving the past, blaming others or ourselves, rather than simply letting go and healing. In the philosophical realm, Stoics also teach us about the power of detachment. Seneca, one of the great Stoic masters, spoke about the importance of detaching from negative emotions and circumstances beyond our control. He said that the greatest blessing of mankind is to live according to nature, and the greatest curse is to cling to what cannot be changed. To maintain a high vibration, it is essential to learn to let go of what weighs us down, what no longer belongs on our path. Detaching from low-vibration people and situations can be one of the greatest challenges. We may feel responsible for these people or loyal to situations from the past. But remember, Maintaining your high vibration doesn't mean abandoning others or running from challenges. It means setting healthy boundaries, freeing yourself from the need to control or fix what is beyond your reach. You can love and be compassionate without sacrificing yourself in the process. Another aspect of detachment is freeing ourselves from the weight of the past. Often we carry painful memories, resentments, regrets, all energetic blockages that prevent us from vibrating in harmony in the present. Every time we relive an old pain, it's like lighting a candle on an altar of the past, wasting energy that could be used to create something new, something beautiful. Here, the present becomes a powerful key. By anchoring ourselves in the now, we have the opportunity to rewrite our narrative, to release the ties that bind us to what once was. The past may have shaped who we are, but it does not define who we choose to be from this moment on. By letting go of the past, you allow your vibration to rise and create space for new energies, new opportunities, new beginnings. Detachment, therefore, is not about losing what we have but gaining what we lack: lightness, clarity, and freedom. When we let go of the people, situations, and memories that drain our energy, we open ourselves to a field of possibilities where our vibration can flourish. Nature, in its essence, is the purest reflection of balance and harmony. Every tree, every river, every mountain carries a silent wisdom that invites us to slow down, to breathe, and to reconnect with the natural flow of life. In such a fast-paced world, it's easy to forget that we too are part of this dance of energies. Turning to nature is, in fact, a return to oneself, an opportunity to restore and elevate our vibration. Ralph Waldo Emerson, a transcendentalist philosopher, believed that nature not only heals the body but also the mind and spirit. To him, nature was a divine extension of our being, a mirror where we can find deep answers about who we are. When we allow ourselves to spend time immersed in nature, something magical happens. The internal noise begins to quiet down. The birdsong, the sound of the wind through the trees, the feel of the earth beneath our feet. All of this tunes our frequency with the planet's vibration, a frequency that is calm, steady, and eternal. This process of immersion in nature can be as simple as a walk in the park, sitting by the sea, or walking barefoot on grass. A practice that has been gaining attention in this regard is grounding or earthing, which involves literally touching the earth with your bare feet. When we do this, we absorb the earth's electrons, which can help balance our energy and neutralize the harmful effects of stress. Besides being a physical practice, grounding also reminds us of our interconnection with the planet. We are made of the same elements: earth, water, air, and fire. Connecting with the earth is a way of realigning our energies with the natural forces that govern the universe. Nature, besides physically nurturing us, acts as a powerful catalyst for spiritual growth. When we are immersed in natural environments, away from distractions and urban chaos, we enter a state of greater clarity and introspection. It's as if the soul more easily aligns with its life purpose. The feeling of being in a forest or by a lake can awaken a deep peace, a reminder that just as the seasons change and the trees renew themselves, we too can transform and grow. And speaking of energetic balance, nature also teaches us about the cycle of giving and receiving. Just as a tree absorbs sunlight and transforms it into energy, we too can nourish ourselves with the energy around us. However, we are often so busy that we only take without realizing that we also need to give back. Nature teaches us to live in harmony with this flow, to allow room for renewal, to let our energies flow and return to the earth in a balanced way. This restorative power of nature is more than a temporary cure. It is a reconnection with the essence of who we are. Emerson believed that nature was where the human soul could purify itself of its attachments and return to its original state of purity and simplicity. When we spend time in contact with nature, we not only recover our energy, but we also become more aware of the interdependence of all things. It's a constant exchange. You give your presence and attention, and nature offers its healing. So, whenever you feel your vibration dropping, turn to nature. Let it be your refuge, your space for recharging. And remember, just as the earth constantly regenerates, you too can renew yourself with each new sunrise, with each conscious breath. On our journey of self-discovery and vibration elevation, a fundamental question arises: how do we balance the material and the spiritual? We live in a world that often places excessive value on what is tangible: money, possessions, status, while neglecting the invisible, the spiritual, which is actually the source of our peace and purpose. So, how do we navigate this field, where the desire for material things can easily disconnect us from our essence? Saint Augustine warned us about the danger of becoming attached to material things, stating that earthly desires never bring true satisfaction. According to him, the human heart is in a constant search for fulfillment, but material things cannot quench that deep thirst. Instead of filling our inner void with possessions, we should seek a more intimate connection with our spirituality. This spiritual quest is not about rejecting the material but about not allowing it to become the center of our existence. When we live to acquire more money, more prestige, more goods, we lose the sensitivity to notice what really matters. Material things can offer comfort and convenience, but they will never provide inner peace or genuine happiness. That's because true happiness and high vibration come from within, from the connection with what is eternal and intangible. If we become slaves to what we own, our energy becomes tied to those things, becoming heavy and limited. There is wisdom in realizing that less is more. When we simplify our lives, when we release the excess, both physical and emotional, our energy flows more freely. This principle of material detachment is deeply rooted in various spiritual traditions. Minimalism, for example, is a modern practice that encourages letting go of what isn't essential, bringing more space for what truly matters. Peace, clarity, and a life aligned with our values. The practice of material detachment doesn't mean giving up everything we have. It's about cultivating a healthier relationship with the physical world, recognizing that possessions are just tools, not sources of happiness. We can appreciate and use what we have without letting it define us. When we become too attached to the material, our energy becomes stagnant like a blocked current. But when we flow with detachment and lightness, we allow the spiritual to guide us, and thus our vibration rises. A practical way to cultivate this balance is through gratitude. Being thankful for what we already have helps us realize that abundance isn't about acquiring more but about recognizing the value of what has already been given to us. Gratitude is a practice that transforms materialism into something spiritual because it connects us to a sense of fullness, regardless of how many possessions we have. So we can ask ourselves, what truly makes me vibrate high? What brings meaning to my life? Most often, the answer won't be a material thing but rather experiences, connections, and moments of deep authenticity. It's these moments, lived with intention and presence, that truly nourish our soul. By freeing ourselves from the incessant pursuit of more and adopting a more spiritual perspective, we discover that we are, essentially, complete beings. There's no need to fill voids with things because our essence is already whole, already enough. The material has its place, but true happiness is a spiritual state, a reflection of a vibration aligned with our deepest self. Our vibration not only affects our internal state but also reverberates in those around us. What we emit returns to us, and when we manage to elevate our own energy, we naturally influence the environment and the people we interact with. Just as a stone thrown into a lake creates ripples that spread across the surface, our actions, thoughts, and emotions also create waves in the energetic field of those around us. The idea that our energy can influence others is deeply rooted in various spiritual and philosophical traditions. When we vibrate at a high frequency, when we are at peace, practice compassion, and act with generosity, that energy is contagious. This aligns with the concept of collective elevation, where by raising our own vibration, we help raise the vibration of those who share our presence. It's no wonder that many spiritual traditions speak of the power of being in community, of sharing positive energy, and of helping others as a path to our own growth. Think of a situation where you entered a room and immediately felt the impact of a positive presence. Perhaps it was someone who, with a simple smile or a kind word, brought light and warmth to the environment. That person was emanating a high vibration, and even if you didn't consciously notice it, your energy was influenced by that presence. Just as the environment affects us, we also affect the environment and people with our own energy. Acts of compassion and generosity are powerful tools for positively influencing those around us. When you offer a gesture of kindness, a word of encouragement, or even a moment of true attention, you are creating an exchange of positive energy. These simple acts can have a profound impact on people, often more than we realize. One of the most powerful ways to elevate your vibration is to focus on how you can serve and benefit others without expecting anything in return. Here, Stoic philosophy once again offers practical wisdom. Epictetus said, "Be the example you wish to see in the world." This means that by focusing on cultivating peace and wisdom within ourselves, we become beacons for others. True leadership and influence come from authenticity, from the integrity with which we live our lives. Words can teach, but it's the energy with which we act that truly transforms. Another fundamental aspect is empathy, which is the ability to connect with the emotions and experience of another. When you practice empathy, you not only understand others' feelings but also vibrate at a frequency of acceptance and compassion. This creates an energetic bridge between you and the other person, allowing your high vibration to inspire and support that person's growth and well-being. Remember that influencing others positively isn't about forcing change or imposing your worldview. On the contrary, it's about being a presence of love, light, and balance. By being a living example of what you want to see in the world, you become a catalyst for transformation without needing to say a word. Elevated energy speaks for itself. Every interaction we have, no matter how small, carries the potential to elevate another person's vibration. By choosing to act with consciousness and kindness, you create a cycle of positive energy, where both you and the people around you can benefit. As Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts. And when our thoughts are elevated, this quality spreads to every interaction, every exchange, making the world around us a reflection of this inner peace. By positively influencing the people around you, you also strengthen your own vibration. For what we give returns to us in subtle and powerful ways. By elevating others, you also elevate yourself. Throughout this journey, we've reflected on the power of vibration and the impact it has on every aspect of our lives. From what we think, feel, and with whom we connect, to the environment we choose and how we navigate the pressures of the material world, everything deeply influences our energy, our essence, and ultimately the quality of our existence. Protecting your energy is an act of self-care and, above all, of self-love. When you elevate your vibration, you not only transform your own life but also become a source of light and inspiration for those around you. It's a constant reminder that we are all connected, that every action, every thought, every emotion reverberates in the universe. When we understand the importance of tuning our vibration to higher energies, we become the guardians of our own inner peace. This requires conscious choices, from the people we surround ourselves with to the environments we frequent. It also demands consistent practices like meditation, detachment, and reconnecting with nature, which allow us to realign our energy when it's out of balance. Life is not static, it's a constant flow of energies. And just as nature finds its balance amidst the seasons, you too have the ability to restore your vibration, regardless of the challenges that arise. Amidst external chaos, you can find internal serenity. Amidst the disorder of the world, you can be a pillar of peace. Remember that spirituality is not something we seek outside of ourselves but rather a state of being that already exists within each of us. By protecting and elevating your vibration, you're not only getting closer to who you truly are but also inspiring others to do the same. Your energy is a powerful, transformative force. And finally, never underestimate the power of simplicity. In the small daily practices of gratitude, generosity, and conscious presence, we find true wisdom and the path to keeping our vibration high. Happiness and peace are not in great external achievements but in the internal choices we make every moment. Remember, your energy is your most precious asset. Protect it, elevate it, and inspire others to do the same. You are the guardian of your vibration, and the world around you reflects what you emanate. If this video touched you in any way, if you felt it elevated your vibration, subscribe to the channel and share it with someone who also needs to protect and care for their energy. Let's create a wave of positivity and growth together.